All right, Lester, you know who we're interviewing today, right?
Who?
Shane O'Brien. You know who he is?
No, I don't know who that is.
You didn't do any research on our guest.
Intentionally, I did no research on the guest. I don't think that it helps me at all.
What was the logic behind that?
Well, I feel like it keeps it fresh, and if I don't know him, I assume a lot of people don't know who he is either. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
but
a
you don't.
connection.
If you don't watch hockey, so people that do watch hockey know who he is, and so you just thought it was maybe not a good idea to.
Yeah, I just feel like he's if he's not a big deal to me, then I'll treat him as such.
And what is this cooler doing here? I could barely get to my desk.
That's our new brand partnership. It's called Integrated Marketing. Go Brewing. It's a new NA beer. They're activating through the show. Basically throughout this podcast, maybe every 4 to 6 minutes.
It's a talk show. It's not a podcast.
Well, see, that's branding when we're working on it. And every 4 to 6 minutes, maybe, no big deal. Just grab a can, pop it, take a sip.
Every 4 to 6 minutes, you want me to take a sip of beer. I haven't even had this beer.
No earlier than 4, no later than 6. Reflect on it, and we got to see it in your face. We got to see the enjoyment and the refreshment, and it can't be consternation or anger.
Like this right now, would you qualify this as consternation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about how this interview is going to go, and I think it might be smart if I'm kind of intentionally agitating to him, because I think it increases the tension in the room, and I feel like that kind of is palpable and it comes through. And enragement is engagement, as we've gone over.
I don't want to hear any of these fucking phrases anymore. Just stay out of my fucking way, pal. All right? Stay in your lane. Be respectful of the guest.
This is what I'm talking about. See, you're already getting pissed off, and people are going to want to see this shit. So
just let me conduct the interview.
You
all
can
right?
conduct
You can
it.
chime in and say like.
Oh, I'm going to chime in. I'm going to shake the cage a little bit. I think it's going to be good. I mean, we don't know what this guy's like. Or I don't.
I really don't want this to happen.
I think that if we can try to kind of, isolate some conflict and increase conflict, that, this guy might blow. And I think that's good for us.
Nothing would make me happier than if he blew and caught you with a jab to the jaw. Howdy, Moose Javians. Our next guest needs no introduction in hockey circles. He played 537 games in the National Hockey League, another 40 in the postseason. He now resides in sunny California as the co-host of a very popular hockey podcast, Missin Curfew. I want to introduce to you the pride of Port Hope, Ontario, Shane O'Brien. How the hell are you, Shane?
Good to be here, Lindy. Obviously a big fan of the show live from Moose Jaw. Only took me about 7 flights to get up here, but other than that, it's good to be back in the homeland. And nice jacket. Fuck, that's nice.
Hey, thanks, bud. Hey, thanks for dressing up.
I know, I'm
Appreciate
a little underdressed too.
It's all right. We love your show.
Summertime,
It's summer.
so, I figured I'd wear this during the day and then just fight off the mosquitoes at night.
There you go.
So that was
Yeah.
the game plan. But
So what brings you up here?
you know what? I heard about these Moose Jaw hot springs, and like you said, 530 some games and 40 playoff games. Some days the body's a little tight, eh? So I heard about this up in this neck of the woods, and I figured, why not? Season's over, got nothing to do. Head up to the hot springs, and then I also heard a rumor that my boy Getzlav might be bouncing around Regina somewhere. So stopped up for the hot springs at Moose Jaw. Check in with you beauties, and then maybe go catch a buzz with Getsy in Regina.
Nice. Maybe you hit Lindbrook. Pretty decent course we got here in the Jaw. Yeah. I heard you're a golfer.
I like to go out there and get drunk with the boys and play. Yeah, it's a reason, honestly. If it wasn't for how many good buddies I have, I probably have a different sport. But
Now, if you're good at hockey, are you good at golf because it's kind of the same mechanics, or is that different?
Ideally, you are. I wouldn't fall into that category. I'm a 9 handicap trending upwards, but historically, guys that play hockey are good golfers. Scotty Upshaw, my business partner's a stick. Pavelski, Hawley, Sakic, all these guys are pretty good. Getsy's a good golfer when his wife lets him. Not very often.
Now, you were a lefty in hockey. Are you a righty in golf or a lefty in golf?
Lindy, great question. And, my old man, love him, Pat O'Brien, a.k.a. Pitter. I said, Dad, I want to play golf. He said, well, here's some right-handed clubs that I believe were probably secondhand and the cheapest ones. I said, I think I'm a lefty. He said, well, if you want to play golf, you're going to use righty. So there you go. So I am a righty, but shot a hockey puck left, played baseball left. And I blame my dad for my bad golf game because I think I should be a lefty.
Yeah, and so baseball, I feel like, could you be a switch hitter? Do you throw righty?
Through righty.
Through righty?
And my dad always, I was a decent baseball player for small town Port Hope.
Yep.
And he always wanted me to switch hit, and I didn't have the discipline, Lindy. I get in there, I'm like, I just want to try to hit bombs, lefties. He's like, get in there, right-handed. And I never really understood it till I got up to I played in this Toronto league with some guys, and when the lefties were coming at me with that 12-6 curveball, I was like, I should have listened to Pitter and got in the cage and swung.
Yeah. Joey Votto was from Toronto, about your age, right?
Yeah, I think he's a little bit younger than
younger?
Actually, I'm 41, probably around the same age as Joey Votto,
Yeah.
I was actually choked when the Jays made him go down to the minors. Just
yeah.
give the guy a one last year in the big leagues. It's not like they were trying to win the World Series.
Who's Joey Votto? I don't know who these guys are.
He's one of the greatest Canadian baseball players.
Oh, I don't know.
No?
Mm-mm. Not my
left-handed, smooth swinging first baseman, play for the Reds. Canada icon.
And again, I apologize that you have to sit next to Lester. He's a Nepo
Is this
hire.
guy Canadian or what?
He's not. I don't know. I think he's from Montreal or back east somewhere. Yeah.
That'll explain it.
So anyway, he's our social media director, and I think he's a Nepo.
Guru.
He knows the programming director or something. I don't know what the fuck he's doing here, but they have him guest interim.
I just tried to make it interesting. When it starts to get uninteresting, they wanted me to kind of bring it back around.
Wow, he's bored already, Lindy. We just started.
Yeah, hopefully we can lose his interim tag and his co-host tag soon, and then it's just you and me, or me and the next guest.
That'll
Anyway,
be fun.
Just let Shane talk for a little bit here. Okay.
Just making sure all the viewers out there know who Joey Votto is.
Everyone watching this show knows who Joey Votto is.
Fact.
Okay?
I would say that's a fact.
Except for you.
Yeah. All 13 of them.
So Shane, you're from Port Hope. What's it like there? I know it's between Kingston and Toronto.
It's right pretty much where the Oshawa Generals, the Dirty Schwa we call it, probably 20 minutes just east of that, right on Lake Ontario, small little town. Listen, it was home. I had a great family, my mom and dad and my sister Katie. Like every hockey player says, you can't make the NHL without a great core like that. But it also did motivate me to maybe get out of Port Hope at times.
Sure.
But every time I go home, it is home. But it's a tough little town. And Ganaraska River runs through it. A couple nice little local pubs we could go in and catch a buzz. But it's gritty. If I had to describe it, I would say Port Hope's gritty.
Nice. All right. That's where maybe you got your game from a little bit.
Yeah. My uncle played in the NHL for the Boston Bruins.
Dennis.
So he taught me a few things. And then one of my best years I ever had was playing junior hockey, 16 years old. We were called the Port Hope Buzzards.
Sure, OPJ.
We didn't win many games, Lindy, but that's where I learned how to. I guess it's too young to drink, but that's where I learned how to start drinking with those boys. But
so you played in the OPJ, and you guys were sort of bottom of the barrel there.
Yeah, we weren't very good, but it was perfect for me. As a young guy, you want to get ice time, right?
Yeah,
and
sure.
I remember, I was 16 years old fighting some guys that were 18, 19, 20. It didn't work out very well for me, and but you learn how to fight. You learn how to play against men, and I wish we would have won a few more hockey games, but it was perfect for me at that situation. And then I obviously went on to play for the Kingston Frontenacs, and rest in peace, Larry Maverty. He was a fucking legend, man. He was a beauty. Can I swear on this show? Or
This is not a family show. Okay. Yeah.
What do you got going around there, fellas?
Mm-hmm. There's some active rodents.
It's mating season.
Again, we apologize. This is normally a very professional set. Yeah.
Quick feet up
Quick
there.
feet, yeah. It's Kale McCarr in the corner.
Holy jeez. Open the heads up, boys.
What are we going to fucking do?
How many are up there?
There's a couple. I think. Hopefully they're not breeding. Anyway, so you played for the Port Hope Buzzards in the OPJ, and you thought it was a good, stepping stone at Kingston in the OHL. Were you drafted to the OHL?
Yeah. I was a late pick to the OHL, just like the NHL. I was 6th round to the OHL, and you look at now, right, with, all this NIL money going around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, college, I never even thought about it.
Yeah.
And looking back, for kids nowadays, I think, no disrespect to the CHL, OHL, all that. I love it up there. But college is definitely a good route. I didn't even think about that. I was just like, I want to go play in the OHL. It's my quickest way to the NHL.
Yeah.
Was lucky enough to have an old school coach in Larry Maverty, because I wasn't, as you can probably tell now, I wasn't always the most well-conditioned athlete. And
sure.
When I was 16, man, I didn't even know if I ever worked out, right?
Yeah.
And Mav was old school. He didn't really care. And yeah, I was lucky to play for 2.5 years.
And the OHL, is that the equivalent of like the XFL to the NFL?
No,
or
no.
is that kind
Just
of,
don't even answer that question, Shane.
No, but
is it,
It's
is it like a smaller rink with some obstacles or something?
no, but I would have flourished in that situation. Is there a league like that for hockey now? I might make a comeback.
it's part of the CHL, the Canadian Hockey League. There's 3 leagues within that. The Quebec League, the Ontario League, and the Western League. Western League, home of the Moose Jaw Warriors.
Yeah,
Shane played in the
shout out.
OHL for Kingston and St. Mike's.
Oh, okay. So it's the minors and then the majors.
No, it's not the minors. It's junior. It's junior. You're anywhere from 16 to 21.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, okay.
Let's limit the questions.
We got to get him out to a CHL game maybe, huh?
So you and Avery both played for the Kingston Frontenacs.
I did. I just missed Aves.
Yeah.
Aves turned pro literally the year before I got there, but obviously knew all about him. I'll never forget Aves came out. It was the year 2000, and in junior, he wore the glasses in warm-up that said 2000 across it. So he was he was ahead of his time for how much of a character he is. But Aves was an unreal junior player.
Yeah.
And had a great career. But yeah, I mean, I heard a lot of Avery stories when I got there, but
Sure.
I just missed him, which probably was a good thing. I love Aves, but it's probably a good thing for him.
He's probably a menace in the league, I imagine. But are you also debating writing a hockey smut romance novel like him? Or
I'm not. I know. Like, Aves is yeah, I can't believe he's a talented man. Right?
Yeah.
He's acting, and now he's writing books. And
jack of all trades?
Lindy, I'll be honest, a lot of my romantic situations I don't think belong in a book, fella. You know,
All right.
There wouldn't be that long, and a lot of tragic endings. It'd be more of a tragedy than it would be
a
romantic comedy.
Perhaps a tragic comedy, if you will.
Yeah, you could do that.
That seems like it's got to be one of the most fun parts of playing in hockey, right? Is that nobody really knows who you are, and you can just go into bars and smash. And
This guy.
Well, not in Canada. Everywhere you go in Canada, that's why we want to be hockey players. We are, we're the guys. But it's maybe in New York City or LA or Dallas. But let's be honest, girls just want professional athletes in general.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you play hockey? Is that professional? Then you're kind of in.
What about after you're done with the sport? Does it still stick?
No, doesn't stick.
don't care at all.
That's actually a really big adjustment period.
They drop you pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I was single when I retired, and I was like, man, maybe I should have got a girl there before the NHL ran out. Because no, it doesn't work. Like I used to play in the NHL. They're like, okay. I'm like 60 pounds ago. I played. Trust me. You can look it up. There's stuff on YouTube.
So you were drafted to the NHL at 20. You passed over twice, I believe.
Yeah, it was a funny story, Lindy. My second year, my draft year, I was projected. You know how they do that, like fourth round in North America skaters. So who
Sure.
knows? When you bring in all the Europeans and my agent at the time just gave me some advice to opt out. Right?
Okay.
And we didn't know, right? My dad's small town Port Hope. I didn't know, and opting out is frowned upon really because it gives you the more bargaining tool that when you become a free agent, then you have another year of going back as no way. So I made that mistake, got passed through, and was lucky enough to get drafted as a 19-year-old, but late down that 280th overall.
Yeah, and that was were you out of St. Mike's at that point?
Yeah, I got traded at the deadline. Dave Cameron was the coach who is the coach of the 67s now. And honestly, so I loved Larry Maverty, but Mav was old school.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know, what pro hockey was all about. And without playing for Dave Cameron, and we made it all the way to the conference finals. We lost in game 7 to the Ottawa 67s, Corey Locke and Matt Foy and those boys. They had a great team. But I learned more in that half a year about getting ready to be a pro than I did under Mav. And it was huge for me. And living in the city was cool. Didn't have to go to school.
Yeah, I was going to say, because St. Mike's, they had an OPJ team as well,
yeah, they
right?
have the Buzzers there as well.
The Buzzers,
and those boys go to school there.
They go to school. All right.
It used to be all boys, but I think it's co-ed now, hopefully, for those
But you
fellas.
didn't have to go.
No, I was in the old, what do we call it? What was he called? The coffee program or the breakfast club? Breakfast club. You just wake up, go into the rink, get a little workout in, go get lunch. And then, as you know, Lindy and Junior, you practice in the afternoon. So I'd come back for practice. It was awesome, actually.
Yeah, that seems like
a lot
the
of
life.
free time, though.
Yeah.
A lot of free time. It was.
So getting drafted 8th round, does that give you a little bit of a chip on your shoulder?
Yeah, I mean, I had a great year, my 19-year-old year. I was an OHL All-Star, and like I said, went to the conference finals, and thought I was going to get drafted, and I was following it at home. And after it got past the 6th round or whatever, I was kind of gave up hope, and I think my dad made me go cut the grass. And as I was cutting the grass, I think the phone rang at the house, right? Old school. I don't know if we had cell phones, and sure enough, it was the Anaheim Ducks, and. My mom and dad were so proud of, they didn't care that it was 250th overall. They felt like I went first round. So, and for me, it was an opportunity, and that's all I ever wanted was an opportunity to get into an organization, get going to some rookie camps, get some summer camps. And back then, Lindy, we had these rookie tournaments that they were free-for-alls.
Yeah.
So I knew I was going to get an opportunity to show that I was willing to fight. And that's all I was really looking for at that point in my life.
Yeah. Sorry, we're on a flight path
That's
here.
all right. WestJet?
So that was the WestJet out of, I believe, Saskatoon.
Toontown.
Yeah, it feels like it's every hour on the hour. Anyway, we've got a sponsor here.
Brand activation.
That's what Lester has me doing this. So it's Go Brewing. Look, I like alcohol. I drink a lot of it, but sometimes you got to pump the brakes, and that's where Go Brewing comes in. Okay, and the good thing about Go Brewing is it tastes just as good as an alcoholic beer. So you mind if I have a sip? I'm required to take a sip every 4 to 6 minutes.
4 to 6 minutes. And you got to look like you enjoy it.
It's good. It's actually good. Yeah. Do you want one?
Believe that?
I mean, I'll give it a taste if you want. I'll give it a taste.
You want your own one?
I mean, I don't, you want me to have a sip of that?
Sure.
Yeah,
I trust you.
Yeah, I'm in the locker
I trust
room.
you. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's a tropical
IPA.
Yeah, it's a tropical IPA. It's hard to make a
Wow.
non-alcoholic
That looked
IPA.
delicious.
My boys love the IPAs, Loops and Upshaw. They crush.
Oh,
those
I
things.
love
They're
them.
good.
I love them. Yeah, you gotta implement a lager every now and then, though. So
Yeah, I'm not a huge IPA guy. I can bang down some lagers.
There you go.
Especially over in Europe and Ireland.
Yeah,
and London.
sure. So you grew up a Leafs fan. Are you glad you not glad? Are you in a sense relieved you never had to play in Toronto?
It's a great question, Lindy. And you know what? I played in Vancouver for almost 3 years. And listen, we were good. We had the Sedins doing their thing. You know, Bobby Lou kicking. We were just good. We were tough. We were skilled. The city was great to me. I loved it. I loved the media attention. I loved going out and people knowing who you are. I was single. It was a nice touch.
There
Right?
you
When
go.
you go out, people know who you are.
Do you feel that players are better if they're single or if they're if they're partnered up? Does it maybe take away some of the stress that they might have?
I always thought being single was the way to do it. Now, however, if you have a bad game and you go home to your wife and kids, I'm sure that helps. But like for me personally, 82 games is a long season. So for me, it's just like I could focus on playing, you know, and then the funner stuff, is that the right word?
It is
the,
here.
The better things, the finer things of the league you can enjoy as well. But I couldn't imagine playing and having kids. I just couldn't have done it because it was all I wanted to focus on hockey.
Because of the time? Or because you
Time
would
and
be
just the other
embarrassed
distraction.
by the fights?
The other distractions that you have, you're -3, and then you come home and your wife's mad at you about something. You're like, I was just -3. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, I forgot to put the kids, you know, whatever else. So I just think that's a distraction.
Right.
You know, look at Corey Perry. He has one kid. He's still playing.
Yeah, and he's still very effective out there. It's impressive.
Right?
Yeah.
I never thought, like, I thought his foot speed would eventually get to him. But
IQ.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's
And his greasiness.
in front of the net. There's not many like him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, go to the front of the net. I've seen some of your clips there when you're out there practicing.
You got to get
You
into
got
the
to get
grease
to
series.
that. Yeah, you like to go there.
I wish I had Perry's height, but
Yeah.
you know, I think I got his snarl.
Yeah,
I might only be 5'7", 195, but
I was
it's,
just gonna say, you know, back in my day, you might get me now with you because you do have a pretty good first step. But back in my day, I wouldn't allow you to get to that blue paint.
Yeah.
I would have done everything in my powers to make sure you don't get there.
hey, the offer's on the table.
Let me see if I can find my equipment. I don't know if it still fits me or not.
Do you remember your first NHL fight? I'm sure you do.
I do. Dave Scatchy, Dave
former
Scatchard.
Bruin.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
my good buddies now. Scatchy came to Vancouver on a PTO heading into my second or third season, and he should have made the team, but you know how it is in the NHL, numbers games and
Yeah.
this and that. But yeah, so we're a couple games into the season, probably around game 4 or 5, and our GM was Brian Burke, and
Sure.
I love Burke. He's
Yeah.
I tell him he's my favorite GM for a guy who waived me and traded me. He's my favorite GM, but he never said anything to me heading into the game against Phoenix, but he kind of gave me a look like, "Hey, let's go tonight, eh? Be physical out there and play hard." And in Berkey's way, like he probably didn't say it like that, and that was kind of my in my opinion, him being like, "All right, kid,
Yeah.
you're not here to be on the power play," and yeah, Dave Scatchard, he's in front of the net, and I gotta be honest with you, I kind of got the jump on him, right? I saw him come to the net hard. He bumped into someone. I came flying in, started, tried to start the lawnmower on him, and the strength of this man. I don't know if you've ever met Dave Scatchard. He's like 6'4", and he's built like the Wolverine or like the Hulk. Like this guy is a beast, and he grabbed a hold of me, and I was 23 years old, and I've never felt strength like that.
Yeah.
So I immediately went from being on the aggressor to being like, let's just hang in here.
Yeah.
And, I always say Scotchy got the better of me, but that was my first one, and it made me realize immediately that even from the American League to the NHL, these guys are men, and if you're going to get in there, these guys, for the most part, may be stronger than you at the start.
Yeah. I believe
And
Saskatchewan's
all the fighting's real.
Yeah, you want me to show you?
It's not like wrestling. It's not like wrestling.
What?
It's not like wrestling where you grab a
Wrestling's
hold of the collar and you give them you're just giving them the business from afar. And
No, that's funny.
I mean, I just couldn't imagine Lindy being in a fight, so I just figured like it's.
Are you
is it
scrappy?
real?
I got a lot of PIMs in the Prairie Junior League. I didn't fight a lot. I was a lot of 5-minute majors, a lot of game misconducts. That's why I had so many PIMs. I think I had 278 PIMs in 44 games.
Yeah, we call that padding the stats. Sorry.
Yeah, I was a Cy Young guy and a heavy PIMs guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't like to dish. No.
Yeah, not passing a lot.
Yeah.
Just rifling clappers from the, top of the circles.
Yeah, get it on that.
Yeah. Anyway, go Brewing. I'm supposed to say
Something
it's a
nice.
good beer.
Try not to spill it.
It's a good beer. I got to take another sip.
Wow.
It's refreshing. Shane had a
Do you
sip.
think if you told yourself you were getting a buzz off it, you might, or not?
It's actually
could you take
pretty
another,
good.
Lindy? Could you take another drink actually, and just make sure to present the label?
Go Brewing. Good. It's a good non-alcoholic beer. So have a sip and stay a while.
Lindy, can you just make that the whole sequence more natural with the beer, because we don't want it to look like it's an ad. It's supposed to be.
Do you have any copy I can read, or am I just going off?
No,
the cuff here?
no. We don't have any copy. We just have the beer, and it's just got to be natural.
So Go Brewing came into my.
Way too presentational.
It's
Just take
it
a
was
sip.
brought
And
in.
just take a sip and let's keep it going.
Go Brewing is a fine non-alcoholic beverage, and I'm gonna have a sip, and you should too. That's good beer.
Totally unnatural.
Citrus, refreshing, tropical. Sunshine State, tropical IPA. Okay.
It
not
does
an
have that nice IPA taste
It's
to
good.
it too.
It's got
which
the
is
bite. It's
how
got
they
the
do
bite.
that.
Yeah,
That's
it's got a
impressive.
bite.
That's impressive.
Lester, don't ever give me fucking direction again. All right.
Well, you can see. I mean, somebody's got to pay for the show, Lindy. So we got to make it natural, and we can't see the bite in your face. It's got bite, but we can't see it. Lindy, it's integrated marketing, and it can't be presentational. It's got to be fluid with the conversation.
Yeah, I'll do it.
It's
Just
gotta
stay in
look
your
like
fucking
somebody-
lane, pal. All right. I'll take a sip and.
I'm
Here,
in
I'll
my
move
lane.
this thing so you boys
I'm
can
in
go
my
out of
lane.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what did it feel like the first time Don Cherry gushed over you on Hockey Night in Canada?
Shane O'Brien is a Port Hope boy. I wonder if he's any relation. This is the guy. He got him going.
That was almost my, made it the NHL moment. Obviously grew up a big time Grapes fan. My uncle actually played for him in Boston, and my first 2 years I was in Anaheim and Tampa, so not a whole lot of Hockey Night in Canada coverage
Sure,
down there.
yeah.
And then get traded to Vancouver and Saturday night Hockey Night in Canada. Grapes had said some nice things about me.
Shane knew what he's doing. Good guy. That's what I like. Guys you'd like in war. I'll tell you that in the trench.
And my phone had blown up after the game, like I scored the game-winning goal or whatever, and all my buddies from back home in Port Hope and Cobourg. I went to high school in St. Mary's. All my boys there were like, Grapes just gave you a shout out, and I think my parents taped it for me or whatever, and I ended up sending it to me, and I'm watching it, and I mean, I love Grapes. That was
Yeah.
when you get your Hockey Night in Canada towel, that's another first step in the league when I was in Vancouver, but. Grapes is the man.
Yeah.
Nobody did more for hockey in Canada, in my opinion, than Grapes, besides maybe the great one. But yeah, making Don Cherry's Hockey Night in Canada was right up
Yeah,
there.
I miss Grapes. He had some hot takes, but wildly entertaining guy.
Yeah.
So, any favorite players growing up?
Yeah, like you said, I was a diehard Leafs fan, so I got to go with my boy Wendell Clark and then Dougie Gilmour. I often said here, I don't mean to pile on Mitch Marner, but if you put Dougie Gilmour's heart in Mitch Marner, maybe there would have been a cup in the last 10 fucking years, whatever it's been. Because Dougie played her right.
Yeah, and Wendell, Kelvington, Sask native, just played a hard game. Marner does get a lot of flack, but I mean,
he's just rich though, so it doesn't matter.
Rich.
He's
yeah,
just rich.
He's just feels like he's just chasing the money. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. No sweat on your hair, screaming at your team there. I don't know. He's a hell of a player, just doesn't have any jam in his game.
Yeah,
So,
Lindy, speaking of Wendell, have you ever seen the thing on YouTube, All Heart? Wendell Clark, All Heart.
I don't know if I've seen
It's
that.
a Metallica song. I can't remember the song, but it's clips of Wendell Clark. And before my playoff games in the NHL, I would watch this on my way to the rink or when I got to the rink, and it would fire me up. And maybe it wasn't the best call of the time, but yeah, all heart Wendell Clark on YouTube. It's
I'll definitely check that out.
It's unbelievable.
When Wendell went, I think he went first overall, and was it 85 out of the Saskatoon Blades? Yeah. They used to do these walk and talk interviews at the draft.
Wendell, congratulations on being chosen number 1. Did you have any last-minute feelings that perhaps you would be number 1?
No, it was all up in the air. Nobody in the top 3 really know where they're going to go or what they're going to do, so it was a big moment, and as big as me as anybody, I guess.
Very uncomfortable, sort of in your face microphone. It was a real fun video, and Wendell took it, handled it like a champ as an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
It's weird calling Wendell Clark a kid because he just always seemed like a man. You know,
that's great. I've become good buddies with Russ Courtnall, and Rusty played with him, I believe, in Saskatchewan as well when they were younger, and then played together in the Leafs. And he has some Wendell Clark stories that are just unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
like about just telling Rusty about don't worry about anything, and I'm going to protect you, and like it was crazy.
Great.
Yeah,
not even a big guy. I think he was like 5'11", 200.
But didn't ask any questions. Just started chucking, and that's what my dad and my uncle told me when I first started fighting. They're like, don't jump guys, but don't be waiting around being like, hey, you want to go? Like if you're looking to fight, look at them. They'll know, and just go.
Nice.
Which I tried to.
Was your uncle Dennis a fighter?
Yeah, he fought. I mean, he was. Our careers were kind of similar. Like he could play the game defensively and make a good first pass and was reliable. But yeah, when push came to and he played in the 70s, man.
Oh
like,
my God.
I mean, there's a video of him and Dave Schultz, and he's in there fighting him, and I'm like, geez, that's way to go, Uncle Danny. Way to get in there. Schultz is a killer.
So speaking of legends, why'd you jump Owen Nolan? Did you have a death wish there?
It's good insight there, Lindy. That a boy.
Hey, we do our research.
Yeah,
around here,
you're a
Shane.
pro. I know.
Yeah.
I watched the show. Listen, Owen Nolan, I was trying to make the team. That was kind of my chance. My boy Joffrey Lupul got traded for Chris Pronger, and it opened up a number 6 spot. And I tell guys, especially when I went back down to the minors at the end of my career, like there's so many good players down there, and I'm like, boys, you need an opportunity. Like continue to work hard, but you need an opportunity. That was my opportunity. It opened up a number 6 position, and I went into training camp, and I was just hungry. And Owen Nolan was late in his career playing for the Arizona Coyotes, and he came to the net or something happened. He just gave me one cross check, and like I said, I didn't ask any questions. I just started chucking it. Game ends, I make the team, we play Owen Nolan in the regular season. I go out of my way, either in warm-up or at the start of the game, being like, hey, I want to apologize to you. I respect you. You've been one of my favorite players. When you pointed at the Dominator in the All-Star game and
96,
like, I'm sorry. And he was like, I get it, kid. You're just trying to make the team. But Sean O'Donnell, who after I jumped Owen Nolan, he pulled me aside in the intermission, was like, hey, kid, like I know you want to make the team, but don't be jumping guys like, don't be jumping guys like Owen Nolan.
In preseason?
Yeah, in preseason. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So fun fact, after 126 fights, Wendell Clark never even chipped a tooth.
Wow.
Yeah.
A few knuckles.
Few knuckles, though. Yeah.
By the way, that's unreal because you ask any hockey player, Lindy, as you know, you go to the blue paint. And stitches are one thing, but anytime you get your teeth, teeth are the worst.
Yeah,
I'd rather take 20 stitches here or there than teeth. Teeth are the worst.
Oh, I caught mine off a dasher in juniors and lost these 3 here. I tripped though.
Yeah.
No contact. Just caught an edge.
Just playing hard.
Caught an edge.
Just playing hard.
Yeah. No one even touched me, so I don't even have a good story about it. All right. Question for you, Shane. What do you have to say over there?
I was just wondering what Shane's nickname was. Did you have a nickname?
Yeah. Well, they called me Obi. And then I had a couple other ones that I didn't love.
Well, what are those ones?
The boys called me Donut at one point. I don't even know how that one stuck, really. I think, I might have banged down a donut when we were stopping on the Iron Lung somewhere, and I was always in the fat club, so they called me Donut. They called me 6 because my number was 6 in Cincinnati, and Ryan Getzlav loved it. But the reason they called me 6 was Brad Shaw, and, I love Shawzy, but old school, almost like that TV you got there, Lindy. We used to do video in the minors, and he'd always go like, what the fuck is 6 doing here? Like, look at 6 here. He turns it over. Look at 6 here. He's got a bad penalty. Look at 6 here. He's in a bad position. So the boys started calling me 6. And then I had the nickname Radio for a little bit in Cincinnati because remember that movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Sure.
One night I was just like, fuck, boys, let's go see Radio. Like, I want to see Radio. And the boys just stuck with it. But as you boys know in hockey, if they give you a nickname, you got to just go with it.
Yeah.
Because if you
Don't
fight
fight
it,
it.
it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
So.
Today's episode is it's brought to you by Go Brewing, and this is a Sunshine State Tropical IPA. citrus, refreshing. Shane's had a sip.
Less is
I've
more.
had
Less is more.
That's a nice looking can, though. When you say Lindy,
It's a great looking. That's a good
a
uniform.
good-looking
Look at
can,
that. It's a lizard or an iguana of some kind, and it tastes like it was not brewed by an iguana.
The brand has emphasized that we need to clarify that it's salty AF, sunshine, and sunbeam.
Well, I
it's right there on the can,
No,
so you don't
this
even need a
isn't
note
that.
card
It's
or
a different-
anything.
It's a different beer, you idiot. Oh, there it is. Salty.
There you go.
Salty
We need
AF.
to focus on all the beers.
So this is salty AF Chelada. It's with sea salt and real lime. I'm gonna have a sip. I guess I'm gonna have to drink all these fucking beers, but someone's got to do
well,
it.
you can still drive after. That's nice. Yeah, you can still drive out of here.
That's pretty good. I don't know if it's lighter.
Is it a little
It's
lighter?
good, yeah. It's
I
good.
like this can too. It's
Yeah,
got
it's
a little,
good. They got good
little
branding.
Mexican flair
Yeah.
to it there with the guitar and the.
Yeah.
That's a little lighter.
Yeah, it's lighter.
That's a little nice. Eh? If
It's
you're
lighter.
Trying to keep it light.
Was that believable enough for you? All right, I got a question for Shane. Can I talk to the guest here?
You've been talking to him, Lindy.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Question for you, Shane. Who would you rather punch in the face, Alain Vigneault or Bob Hartley?
Wow. Easy answer. Bob Hartley.
Yeah.
Bob Hartley. If he walked into Moose Jaw right now, we'd have to stop the interview because I'd probably go out there and grab him.
Wow.
Listen, AV. I respect Alain Vigneault. We had some differences at times, with some of the stuff that was going on, with my off ice stuff. But, like I always said to him, I told him the first time I came in here and played you boys with Anaheim, we basically came in here and did whatever we wanted. Now teams come in here, not just me, Bieksa, Rick Rippon, God rest his soul, Tanner Glass, but we have a tough team. I'm like, so you may have to put up with, some of the stuff that goes on with me, enjoying myself. And he kind of understood it, but I always respect AV. Bob Hartley was just a bad guy.
Yeah.
Right? Like a bad guy. And I always joke, like when I was in Calgary, I was dating a girl at the time and I wasn't going out and I'm like, this guy didn't like me then. And if you would have knew the old school Shane O'Brien, I would have been cut at camp. But, NHL coaches, Lindy, they have the right to not play me and whatever you want. But when you start going after, a person's character and as a person and stuff like that, that's what I had a problem with Bob Hartley. And
Yeah.
I'll never forget, I got called back up in Florida and we were playing in Calgary and we beat him. And I was walking out of the Saddle Dome and he was coming this way. And I was like, oh, here's my chance. I can't wait. And the fucking gutless, he just jumped. He just went, as soon as he saw me, he ducked in the room that way or whatever. Or I guess that way. And I was like, what a pussy.
Is he he's coaching in like Switzerland or Russia now? Or
Latvia, I think.
Latvia.
That's exactly where he belongs to, is in Latvia. I will give that guy credit though, Lindy, as a good media icon like yourself. We were in Calgary and we had a bad team, right? I came from playing for Vancouver and Nashville and Denver, where we had a good year the one year, and then I come to Calgary and it's a full rebuild. And in the room before camp, he's telling us that we're going to surprise everyone and we can do this and we can do that. And then he'd go out and do his press conferences and be like, we realize that we're in a full rebuild and we have no expectations. And I'm like, man, this guy may be smarter than I think, because he's saying one thing to us in the room and just feeding the media like there's no expectations. So I was like, maybe he's smarter than I thought.
Yeah.
And, didn't work out well, obviously, but he's a bad dude. I would like to bump into him someday.
Yeah?
Not that I'm going to go to Latvia anytime
You
soon.
want to go to Riga? We'll take a trip.
Although
Yeah.
I did actually try to play in Riga near the end of my career because I heard it was a good city.
Yeah.
I was still single then too, so I was like, I got to get over there.
One of my buddies in our beer league, he's on the opposing team. You might have seen him in some of the chirps. Vitali, he's actually heading to Riga next week, so we could tag along with Vitali.
Yeah,
he likes to throw him back.
Yeah. I'm open.
Yeah,
open.
all
Let's
right.
do it. Let's do it.
Did you enjoy fighting, or is something that kept you up at night?
No, it's a great question. When I was younger, I realized it was kind of a tool back then, right? It was something that separated me from other guys. And being a late round pick and coming into an organization, I knew I had to prove myself. And I figured as long as I can stick around the American League and get better with the players you play with, that fighting was something that separated me from guys. And it gave me more time on the ice and stuff like that. So when I was younger, I did enjoy it. I mean, there was sleepless times in the American League where I was like, man, this is going to be a long weekend, right? 3-3. We got, Kip Brennan and other guys, and Brian McGrattan, who I love. He's my brother now, but he's drooling over the red line, and Morasti and Yablonski and, Goddard, and the list goes on
Just
and on.
animals.
It's just
Yeah.
animals.
Yeah.
And then not only though, there was a tier of guys below there that were just as tough and stuff like that. And when once I got to the NHL, I did it early on, and then I wanted to kind of establish myself as a guy that could play. And
two-way game.
Yeah, I started to lose my desire to fight. I just, like in the right situation, that's where me and AV had our first problem. I mean, my first year in Vancouver, I was almost leading the league in fights, and he called me in. We were in a tough stretch. We lost like 6 or 7 straight at home, and him and Mike Gillis were like, "When's the last time you've been in a fight?" And I was like, "They're like, you cutting deals out there?" I'm like, "I'm fucking third in the NHL in fights here, boys. What do you want me to do?" And that just to Lindy, to answer your question, like NHL guys that appreciated coaches and GMs, it was good, but a lot of them took it for granted. A lot of GMs and coaches just, go out there and fight and do that, but they didn't really appreciate what it brought for their teams, and that's what pissed me off.
Also, the stress the night before, like, am I gonna have to?
Not so much the night before, because usually, you're out for dinner, a couple glasses of wine, see, but the pregame nap.
Yeah.
Right? You get home, you have your skate in the morning, you have your lunch. Great spreads, Lindy, in the NHL too. Like chicken, steak, whatever you want.
Oh, I can't imagine. Tuna? Any
tuna?
tuna?
There's some tuna flying around.
Yeah, all right.
There's some tuna flying around.
Love a tinned fish.
Yeah. And, then you go to lay down for your pregame nap, and you're like, okay, wow, this is tough. But it's funny you say that. Since I started Missin Curfew too, I had a lot of guys on. Brian McGrattan being one that I thought he loved fighting, the way he did it, the way he would act before games. And even he admits that it wore on him. Guys, Darcy Hordichuk, another guy it wore on.
Yeah.
So it was, those guys were at an echelon. They were heavies. I mean, what those guys did was crazy.
Yeah.
And what do you, when you're in that box alone, what are you thinking about?
Well, usually if you get in a pretty good one, you're recovering, right? If you're getting a good tilt, and only hockey fights last. A good one is 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. A marathon might be closer to a minute, 45 seconds, but you're pretty tired. So you're recovering for the first 3 minutes, and then near the end, you're hoping you get a whistle so you don't sit in there for another 5 minutes and your legs are gone and your back tightens up. And if you lost the fight, you're feeling a little shitty, but you're like, at least I showed up.
And are you clocking any of the girls that are around in the box?
If you win the fight, you're definitely looking around, right?
Yeah.
You see that? Right? You see that?
Yeah.
Slipping any numbers. You're like kind of just. I remember I tried to fight Derek Bugart, rest his soul too.
Boy.
He kneed Chris Kunitz right in front of me, and Brian Burke. This is Anaheim my rookie year. Brian Burke's a GM, and we have a tough team, and I'm right there, and I know if I don't do anything that, Berkey's going to he'd be disappointed at me, and that was part of my role. And so I grabbed Boogie and I tried to get him going and nothing. And then I tried to pull him down, nothing. And then he's just like labeling me. And he just put me right through the ice, basically. I kind of did the banana peel too, Lindy. Down I went.
Oh, my God.
That time in the penalty box, you just kind of sit with your head down and be like.
And he was about, what, 6'7"?
6'8".
6'8".
6'8". I played against him in the jungle, and he didn't know how tough he was coming out of. I believe he played in Medicine Hat or somewhere in the Western League, and he didn't know how tough he was, and he didn't really know how to fight. Then he learned how to fight, and he was a great skater too.
Yeah.
Him on the forecheck. I would like to see, obviously he's not alive anymore, but Boogie in his prime chasing down defensemen now in the NHL.
Boy.
Like they would not 6'8", 275, and he could fly in straight lines. He was scary.
Imagine him chasing down Quinn Hughes. I don't know if he could catch him.
I don't know. Quinn,
Yeah.
Quinn might be able, but if Quinn would definitely be like, what in the heck's coming here?
Yeah.
What's
He's
coming?
got about a foot on him, too.
Yeah, that you talk about fighting, but one of the scariest things in the NHL when I played was going back for pucks. All those heavyweights. Jordan Tutu's a guy. Like, these guys were coming in there to try to put you through the boards.
He played, I believe, Brandon, right? Weed Kings?
Yeah, he was a Wheat King, yeah.
Not a big guy, but he could hit like
oh
my
just
God. Not tall, but
not tall,
wide.
but jacked.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, I'll never forget when I played in the OHL in Kingston. The World Juniors where Toots played on it, and the team Sweden had never seen anything like this guy. I mean,
I think I know the hit you're talking about.
Yeah, these Swedish kids were like, what? Like, get me out of here.
I think the Canadian World Junior team could use another 2-2. It seems like they're, I don't know. That's the era now, though.
Lindy, it's we used to have that intimidation factor of like, you want to play against us? Like, okay, we have more skill, and we will run you through the wall.
You got grit too, though.
And we got grit.
Yeah.
Now, listen, we're still skilled, but so's USA, so's Sweden, so's Finland. Everyone has so much skill now. It's like, I wish we could get that demeanor back of a little old school hockey, like this glove here.
Exactly.
A little old school hockey.
Little jam in
That's
their
nice.
game.
You're not going to get the wrists are protected. Nice.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Nice. That's nice.
Marshy's not going to get through that, Pat. Well, he might. He might
find a way. He
might.
Lindy, I did see some of your footage from the draft that took place downtown LA, and I thought it was an interesting move by you. Filming outside the arena. First of all, hopefully you had your SPF on, and second of all, how come you weren't in the barn, fella? We got to find a way to get you in there.
Yes, 100 SPF is always on the ready. But yeah, it was a sort of a forced perspective, from the outside looking in. Yeah, I made the trip all the way down to Los Angeles, 5-leg flight out of Moose Jaw. I go to Winnipeg,
Milk run.
Vancouver, Seattle, Phoenix, Burbank, and I get there and I learned that my press pass has been revoked. And I'm like,
Batman.
I just flew 16 hours to get here. So I have no idea why. I don't know if you know Gary. Could you ask him?
You know what?
Isn't it Jerry?
No, it's Gary Bettman.
Is Jerry? Do we have a statistician?
Stick to soccer, Lester.
Oh, I'm sticking to it, but I'm just making sure that we're on. Is
Gary Bettman.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Longest tenured commissioner in all of sports.
He's done some good things.
Has he?
So,
Has he? For the owners. if you're
one
an
of the
owner.
biggest oversights is revoking my press pass at the draft.
Listen, I don't know if you want me and Missin Curfew on your side because we're lucky enough. We only go to a couple events a year. Lindy, we go usually All-Star game, and then we like to go to the final depending on where it is. And we're lucky enough that we get a press pass. It takes a lot for us to get one. So
Okay.
I'd like to stick up for you, but I don't know if we exactly we're the answer for you either. But I'll see what I can do for you. But
Well, I appreciate. Hey, look, I made the most of it. You know, I went to the Venice Boardwalk. I roller skated.
There you go.
I almost got on the Ferris wheel at the Santa Monica Pier. I went hiking. I nearly fainted. It was quite warm.
did you do Runyon Canyon? Did you do
I did the. I think that was the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
or
that's where all the-
Bronson Canyon. Runyon, one of those. Yeah, there was a canyon.
any
Yeah.
girls there walking sometimes?
I only have eyes for a certain woman.
I
So,
heard. Yeah. Dorothy, right?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But look, I got to see Leslie Nielsen star on the Walk of Fame, Saskatchewan native, and Bob Miller, beloved LA Kings play-by-play guy. So I made the most of it. I got to swim in the ocean for the first time, briefly overcame my fear of sharks.
I was just gonna say, us Canadians, sharks, right? Sharks are the scariest part. We're like
scared shitless.
we
of
think
sharks.
they're everywhere. I mean, they are everywhere in there, but
Oh, I only got up to the knees.
yeah,
But yeah.
My
yeah.
California buddies are like, "Oh, wow, come on, man, we're going." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not going out there."
Fuck
You
that.
nuts?
I'll throw a frisbee on the shore.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's the extent of my swimming.
Did you
know?
see some characters in Venice or what?
Oh yeah.
You'll see a little
yeah.
mixed bag there.
I accidentally went down into the skate bowl with roller skates on,
no.
so which was
Heads up.
Yeah. Luckily I had a helmet on.
How'd the local skaters like that? That's their turf.
They were not that kind.
Yeah.
They're like
Gotta watch out for those skaters. man.
not paddle out. What did they say? They called me a fruit booter, I believe. One of those. Yeah. They weren't very kind, but I still had a great time.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you know Gary, and it might not have been Gary, it might have been some other mid-level bureaucratic person at the NHL.
Yeah.
Hey, we made the most of it.
It
And
is
I'm
what-
I'm
yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Attaboy. Don't let it
You
bug
don't
you.
seem over it, Lindy. You don't seem over it.
This episode is brought to you by Go Brewing, spicy as fuck enchilada, spicy AF enchilada. Have a sip, stay a while. I will.
Yeah, get that in you.
It's crisp, it's refreshing, and you're not going to leave your wife and kids.
You're not going to make any bad choices.
Yeah.
Hey, Lindy, how often do you get out of Moose Jaw, bud? Do you get to-
Not too often. That trip to California, this is only my second time south of the border.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, I mean I stay up, along the the Canadian border.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been to Montreal, I've been to Ottawa, Vancouver, but yeah, I just prefer the province of Sask.
Yeah, good Sask.
Especially
I
in the
never played
summer.
with a bad guy from Saskatchewan. Shout out to the Brookbank brothers. Good
There you
Sask
go.
boys.
Yeah. Shane, I got to look at my notes here because
Yeah.
I swear that doesn't have alcohol in it. But anyway,
Yeah, we're kind of coming undone here, aren't we?
Speaking of the draft, though, one thing that really chaps my ass is these questions these front office execs ask these 18-year-old kids. So, what are some of the dumbest questions, or not dumbest, just like I don't know, offensive questions you've heard that some of these guys ask these 18-year-old kids?
Yeah, me personally, I was so far down the depth chart that I didn't even do any of those things. But I do remember me personally, Mike Babcock, the lockout year in, when would that have been? 04?
04, 05, yeah.
So Babs had nothing to do, and I'd met Babs a year before when I played my first year pro, right? He was around a little bit, but the Ducks were playing that year. So we came down to Syracuse and watched us play there, and then watched us play in bingo. And the next day he pulls me in, and he's like, "Why are you an 8th round pick?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know. Like, what do you mean? Well, no, why were you an 8th round pick? Like, what's the reason? I don't get it. I watch you play. Like, why are you an 8th round pick?" Like, I'm like, "Well, I got some bad advice from my agent," and I slid down. He's like, "No, that's not why." And I'm like, what's this fucking guy digging at? And basically he was digging at, you got to be, he didn't think I was a good enough pro and didn't take care of myself. But the way he asked it to me, I was like, dude, just don't beat around the bush. Just fucking ask
Stop
him,
playing
Babs.
mind games.
Stop playing
Babs.
mind games, bud.
Yeah, we went to USask together briefly, Babs and I.
You did?
Yeah.
So you know Babs a long time.
Not a fan.
No,
yeah.
not many
He's been
people-
on our show, but
Yeah.
he's so lost in the fucking prairie now.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's up to.
Now, how deep does the draft go? Is eighth
There's
round?
not
is
even
that-
eighth round. There's not even 8 rounds
There used to
anymore.
be 12 back in the
Was there?
day, back
Was
in like
there?
the 70s, 80s, 90s. Yeah, not 90s, but I think 90s there were 9 rounds. But yeah,
My era, there was 9 rounds.
9 rounds. Yeah, now there's 7.
So I would have
yeah.
been.
Wow.
I would have been a UFA. I would have been a free agent. I would have been
Hey,
searching for a tryout somewhere.
537 career games.
Yeah.
Nothing
yeah.
to sneeze at.
Nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
Just on Babs real quick.
Yeah.
I was young. I didn't know, but it's tough for Babs to say he got fired like his last gig before the season even started. That's tough to go down.
Only coach to achieve that.
I was like, we were taking the over-under, but the boys were like, what do you think he makes it to? I'm like, fuck, maybe a year, all-star break at least. No, didn't even get to training camp. So
didn't make it out of September.
didn't even get through the rookie camp.
Yeah.
That's tough to hang your hat on.
All right, we'll be back for more after the break, after a quick word from our sponsor.
After a long day of hunting bear, sometimes the sun isn't so kind to me. That's why I use bearskin. Okay? It helps with sunburns, chafage, and other unruly skin conditions. When you're out in the bush and you're unable to hide from the sun, especially in the prairie when there's not a lot of trees, sometimes you might get burned. So use this stuff.
The statements made herein have not been evaluated by any regulatory authority. Prior to using bearskin, it is strongly advised to seek advice from a qualified healthcare professional.
And might I mention, it smells pretty good too. You can use it as an aphrodisiac. Your partner won't even be able to keep their paws off you. Arr.
Yeah, it seems like Babs has caught the acting bug. Yeah.
I was wondering what Babs was up to. I knew he likes to fish and hunt and get out in the outdoors, but it's nice to see him. He's still getting some work.
Well, he's hunting bear, and he's got bear skin or bear cream, whatever the hell that was.
Which I
Got a
think
kind
is
of
important.
Freddy Krueger face going on there too, with all the
He gets a lot of sun.
scars.
He's not a lot of coverage in the prairie. It's just open.
Windburn,
Yeah.
sunburn.
Oh, yeah.
So a shift in hockey, can you explain that to me? I don't really know how that works because I'm more of a soccer guy. So you play until you can't play and they take you out. But in hockey, you get unlimited rest.
Till you get one of those
It's
cards,
just-
right? Yellow card or red
Yeah, you
card.
get a red card, for stomping on some guy's foot.
Don't be telling people in Moose Jaw you're a soccer guy. You might not make it out alive, fella.
Yeah,
But
you might not make it out after this episode.
Yeah, you might not. You might not get out of Moose Jaw alive for soccer.
Right. Well, it's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
So a shift, I mean, what are we talking about? You got a 5-minute shift and you're out there throwing blows and scoring goals?
No, listen, shifts nowadays, Lindy, as you would probably agree, these guys stay on the ice for 2 minutes. Some of these guys, and minute and a half. Depending on what I did the night before, depending on how long my shift was. But no, in all seriousness, for me, I was a 45-second guy and off. 30 to 45 seconds. I was a defenseman. So for me, I never wanted to really, risk getting offense. That's why my numbers were so low.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to get caught tired in the D zone, because when you're in the NHL against the best players in the world and you're tired in your own zone, it's bad. It's a recipe to take a minus. So for me, a couple good breakout passes,
45 seconds, and you're
45
done.
seconds and done. And I used to give. I wouldn't get on my teammates too much, but when guys are staying out there for a minute, and it's different now, but back then, minute and a half, minute 15, I just didn't think you were playing hard enough. And the worst thing was, Lindy, you get those coaches back in the day that guys are taking too long of shifts. And then the next day at practice, like, all right, you stayed out there for a minute and a half. We're going to skate down and backs for a minute and a half.
Because
right?
one
they
guy
say,
did,
if you can stay out there for a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So I always like, boys, let's not be getting into that, because then practice fights out.
Hey, I see it in beer league. I take 60-second shifts. I'm off.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
No, I've seen your pace of play out there. You go on,
hard. I
yeah,
go
on
hard.
and off,
Yeah.
on and off.
I mean, anybody can do anything for 60 seconds. Come on. 60 seconds.
Sometimes I just wonder why you're here.
I'm just 60 seconds is,
Soccer, they literally walk half the fucking game.
Yeah.
They're walking. Hey, look, soccer's fine. I like Messi's a great player.
and
But
on when you're on skates, you're just gliding.
you got how many fucking pounds of equipment are you wearing?
I don't know. So I'm asking you.
Lindy, your equipment looks like it might be heavy. We might gotta get
It's Bauer's been kind enough to give me some new gear, but yeah, there was some dated undergarments.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
I'm like, that looks like it might be a little
But
heavy.
I still wear the old Cooper bucket. I can't.
Don't ever change that.
It's got a lot of padding,
that
and
Cooper bucket's
yeah.
it's as good as it gets.
I do need some new goggles. The the goggles fog up, and it's becoming dangerous, to be honest with you.
I think I know the answer to it, but it's for vision, not safety, right, Lindy?
Yes. Yeah. I don't have great eyesight, so.
No, I've seen your clips on the ice.
That's a great beer.
I figured that. I'll tell you what they do a lot in soccer, Lindy, for 60 seconds is they lay on the fucking field.
Lindy, you've tried this beer?
Yeah, they cramp up. They just lie down like they've been shot.
Have you tried the beer?
What are we doing here? We're in the middle of a conversation.
Somebody's got to pay for it, Lindy.
Go Brewing. It's salty AF chilada, and it's good.
I want his taste.
If you say it angry, we're never going to be able to get away with it.
We're moving on.
This is a nice rug you got here, boys. I like that.
It's pretty good.
My shoes are clean too, so don't worry about it.
Those are nice, clean white shoes.
Yeah, thanks, but
nice.
I like to keep them fresh if I can.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yep.
I saw.
It's not going to be another soccer question, is it?
No, it's not. It's strictly about hockey. So I saw you scored 13 goals.
13 big ones.
13 big ones. That's one a year?
1.5 a year. I played 10 years. The stats say 9.5, but Lindy, I like to round it up to 10.
You got to round up.
Round it up. I played a few games that year. 13 career regular season goals. 2 in the playoffs when it counted.
O'Brien pitches down off the blue line against Kane. Coming on the other side is Wellwood just off the bench up against Chalmers. Hornacek with another hit on Sharp, and the Canucks hold it in again. O'Brien shoots, scores! Shane O'Brien has tied the game 3-3.
Yeah.
Big goals.
Big goals.
Now, was that off a skate or did that go in straight into the net?
You know what? Let me think. A lot of them were no, like little wristers from the point.
A lot of traffic in
front. A lot of traffic in front. You know, I couldn't score without traffic. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But I had a backdoor tap in.
You're not a breakaway guy.
It's funny you should say that. I took a lot of penalties in my career. And Lindy, as you will know, one of the benefits to the penalty is the breakaway coming out of the box.
Sure.
So in Carolina, probably took a holding or a hooking penalty. And you're always, when you're in the penalty box, you're always hoping, right? Like, God, I guess I could get a breakaway. Sure enough, out I come, in on Cam Ward, Old Faithful Lindy, low blocker.
There you go.
So I do have a breakaway goal. Yeah.
Nice.
What does that feel like to score one of your 13 goals?
At that time, it was early in my career. I got a lot of my 13 early.
Started slowing down later.
Yeah, as I got a little long in the tooth, I just didn't really try to jump into play as much. But anytime, my first NHL goal was a little twisted wrister from the point on the power play, Lindy, against Lester. You might even have heard of this guy, the Dominator, Dominic Hasek, Hall of Famer.
Never heard of
Stanley Cup. Never heard of the Dominator. Right? Well,
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame.
Why are you on this show?
How did you
I'm
get
here to keep the train on the
tracks? How did you get to
keep
Moose
it
Jaw?
interesting.
How did you get into?
All right, so we're gonna watch a little film here, Shane. There's some. We got a couple clips queued up of your, on ice capades. Why don't you take us through the clip? We were supposed to have it ready. We're a slim crew here.
Kendrick turns in his own zone. The Canucks trying to take advantage of this delayed call. A bouncing puck. It goes back towards the net. He scores!
Yeah, listen, that was all around tough night for me. The only silver lining in that play was we did spend the night in Scottsdale after that game. So I was the drunkest guy in Old Town after that game. Listen, goalie's pulled. I'm somehow out on the ice at the same time. Well, the Twins weren't even out there, but the goalie
I thought it was Sedin that made the pass off Tikhonov.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I could be wrong.
No, you're right. So I'm on the ice. We get a delayed penalty. Obviously, the Twins come on, to make it 6-on-5, and I give it to them. And now I'm kind of just trying to stay out of the way, to be honest with you, Lindy, because Hank and Danny are looking for each other, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of caught between it, and I think I give it to Hank or Danny, can't remember, and it comes back to me, and I kind of try to knock it down, and it hits my shaft.
Kendrick turns in his own zone. The Canucks trying to take advantage of this delayed call. A bouncing puck.
And if it isn't, it's heading.
It was not your fault. It was not your fault.
It's heading straight. It is in the middle of the 4x6, and I'm like, oh fuck. So now I start digging. Right, I'm like, I can get it, and I sweep at it, and I was almost there, but my knob. I used a big knob, Lindy. It cost me because I couldn't.
Oh, that was the difference.
I couldn't get it, and into the net I go.
Bouncing puck. It goes back towards the net. He scores!
you gave a valiant effort.
I gave a valiant effort, but it wasn't perfect, and that's when X Twitter back then was humming, and
yeah,
I had to stay off the feed that night after. But I had a good night in Scottsdale. We lost the game too. It was an all around tough night. But yeah,
is that one of your 13?
I got 14.
No.
That's okay. Gotcha.
I got 14.
So this one here, you got you're spearing a Kingston Frontenac alumni, Sean Avery, across the other bench here.
Yeah, Aves. Aves had been running his mouth the entire night, and truth be told, I had got benched in the third period from Alain Vigneault, and I was already steaming, and I could hear Avery fucking running his mouth. And I love Aves now, but at this time, me and Aves, actually, it was funny. When I saw Aves in the offseason, I used to see him at Bonnaroo. It's a music festival. I'd see him
I know Bonnaroo.
Yeah, out in Hollywood a little bit. And I'd see him in New York at times. And I liked Aves, and I appreciated what he was doing, off the ice.
We love Aves. He's a dear friend of the show.
Yeah, I know he's been on. It's great. And but he's chirping. And another one of the guy who became for us, Aaron Voros, is chirping. And I'm like, I heard him say something to Hordichuk. He called him a fucking space monkey or something. I don't know what it was. It was like, and I'm like, you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm going down to see what was going on. So we start getting in it, and Torts is chirping, and Aves, and then finally I just, not the smartest thing, old chicken parm, Ray Ferraro is in the middle of right between us. And I was just trying to give him a little poke. And Aves made it kind of look worse because he grabbed my stick, and then once he grabbed it, I wanted it back. But
there's Ray well placed between it all, and you can't hold that mute button enough. O'Brien and Avery, and look at O'Brien's getting the stick on Avery, and that's a problem.
Brendan Shanahan was the director of player safety then. He wanted to fucking ding me 3, and I called him, as you always do, and it definitely helped that it was Sean Avery.
Yeah.
And I told him what he was saying. I'm like, he was running his mouth, chirping everyone all night, and I hadn't been on the ice and whatever, and Shanny took it from 3 games to 1, so it was nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got 1 for that?
I got 1. They wanted to give me 3. Because it was right on. It was right on TSN.
It was also like it was your butt end.
I was just trying to
your butt end, right?
Yeah, I thought about jumping over.
Wow,
that would have been stupid. That would have been
3.
That would have been 10. But and then Ray Ferraro, obviously chicken parm, he's like not making it any better. He's chirping. He's like, "Oh, Brien spears him right," and I'm like, "Shut up."
He enunciates. He enunciates really well.
He does enunciate.
He speaks very clearly.
Yeah,
and it's something I'm working on myself.
Yeah,
but he's
you got to enunciate.
You got. I'm pretty good at it.
You're really good.
Yeah. Avery, dear friend of the show, sat right on that very seat you're on. Burned through 3 packs of Parliaments.
I did see a little burn on the. Aves doesn't mind banging down a dart.
Yeah.
He's really found himself after them. I'm glad he's doing well, right? He's one of those guys like played hard, was in the spotlight. It's hard for all of us when we retire, but Aves has found he's over in Iceland right now. He's filming a movie or something.
Nice. So, yeah. Well, I wish him well. We'd love to have him back on the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
he never fought me though. Just so you know, he never fought me. But that's a mismatch.
He's not a little guy.
No,
but he's a different weight class.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of your show. What you and Scotty are doing down there in sunny California. But one of the real reasons we brought you here, not one of the real reasons, we flew you here because we love you, but our network head.
38B, by the way, there.
Yes.
I'm a big boy. I could take an aisle seat, but that's okay.
What are you going to do? You can't win them all.
I get it.
The network head, Saskatchewan Public Broadcasting, wanted me to ask you about a possible acquisition. Maybe we could buy your show and you guys air on SPB with us.
Wow.
Maybe you want to talk to some of the guys down there? What do you think of that?
Would love to take a phone call.
Okay.
Love to take a phone call. The great province of Saskatchewan. Obviously, a lot of Missin Curfew fans in that province.
You could still tape in Newport.
Can we?
Yeah.
That's okay. I can hardly afford to live there anymore anyway, so maybe it's time for a change, Lindy.
Hey, Moose Jaw's nice in the summertime.
I know.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Maybe go to Kelowna in the winter,
Right?
Yeah.
We could send some Go Brewings down for you, too.
The only problem is this guy's up there, so.
Oh, no. Not Lester.
Brewing. Anyway, this break, I don't know if it's a break. It's brought to you by Go Brewing. I'm drinking a Sunshine State Tropical IPA. It's good. It's refreshing.
Could you just clean that up? Could we do that again? Just clean that up.
All right, we got limited time with Shane. You need to stop this bullshit. So this is brought to you by Go Brewing. Sunshine State IPA. It's tropical, and it's delicious. It's citrus.
That was angry.
Lindy, now that I got my moment here, especially after you had a chug of that non-alcoholic delicious beer, how How'd you meet your girlfriend, Dorothy? How'd that all come about?
Well,
have you always been a one-woman man, or have you?
That's a personal question,
Okay,
Shane. I know
so-
you guys like to talk about your,
So you want to leave it in the
sexual
locker room.
escapades. I'm not a religious man by any means, but I like to keep things, close to the vest. Dorothy, she did my hair for many years. She still does.
It's nice.
She's a Jill of all trades. She makes her own cheese. She actually makes. We're gonna get to a game soon. She actually makes this triple spiced rum.
Whoa.
She likes triple smoked rum. She makes triple smoked. She knew how to smoke cottage cheese, which not a lot of people know how to do that.
I didn't realize you could smoke rum.
Well, as I've mentioned before, Dorothy can smoke just about anything. Okay. Yeah, we've covered this. Anyway, we've grown close. Yeah.
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 Been together for a while?
Long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally I don't bring her up on the show, but you did, and that's okay. I
Oh,
like
yes,
you. And that's fine.
yeah.
That's fine. I guess this is a locker room sort of.
Well, I'm recently in a new relationship. I guess a couple years now, but I was single my whole career, so I was just wondering how.
Yeah.
How you do it. I was looking for maybe some tips from you. So.
Just be kind and ask lots of questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And don't stay out too late. Or
Don't,
she
parties with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's a whole. I like
we
that.
go out to Rosie's, throw down about a baker's dozen IPAs, and maybe a late night pizza, late night burger. Yeah.
Sounds like my type of girl.
Yeah. She's great. She's great.
Lindy, I got one more question. I know you're the host, sorry, buddy, but when you're done a big match, how long do you sit in the room after? Like, does Dorothy want you to come home? Like, does she say, "Hey, be home by"?
She's cool with it.
That's
yeah.
nice.
I'm very slow to get my equipment off. I shower thoroughly, and I'll have like 3 to 4 beer after in the lot with the fellas. Yeah. Speaking of the word fella, did you trademark that word?
You know what? I that's a good question. I think we tried to trademark it back when we started Missin Curfew. I don't know if we ever officially got her done, but the first guy that I ever really started snapping around saying fella with was Brad Richardson, who's part of the Missin Curfew team now, but Jarrett Stoll.
Melville Sask native,
yeah,
Jarrett
there
Stoll.
you go.
Yeah.
Melville Millionaires.
There you go.
Stoley Babe. When I first started hanging out with him, we just started throwing fella around, fella, and I kind of stuck with us. And but yeah, I got to give Stoley a nod. I think he might have been the first one to throw the fella out.
Would you consider me a fella?
You're definitely a fella.
Not Lester, though.
Lester, no chance.
Not a chance.
Sorry about it.
All right. So Shane, music preferences in the locker room. I tell you, I don't know what this trend is in young kids with this pop country shit. It would put me to sleep. Look, I am a Gordon Lightfoot guy, wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, but I know that wouldn't work in a locker room. It would put people to sleep. What are some, bands you'd like to have when, I guess the kids call it the aux cable or whatever?
Yeah, the aux cord. The aux cord.
There you go.
So
wait, we got to hold for
another WestJet
out of Sask.
Where's that heading?
Probably Regina.
Oh wow.
Is that the? Oh, it's out of
the Tigers.
It's the 527. Yeah. Hey, WHL champion.
Yeah.
They're losing, I think, McKenna and Lindstrom.
Yeah, McKenna's going to Penn State. Fucking WestJet. They're making lots of money. Oh, they're coming in and out. Listen, the country music, I've grown to like country music. I played in Nashville for a year. It made me kind of dislike country music because at that time, all you could really hear was country music in Nashville. And by the end of the season, I'm like, I'd give anything for some hip hop or some, techno, EDM or whatever you want to call it, house music, I guess. So in the morning, if the boys wanted to play country, I was okay about it. I was never the team DJ. But during getting to the rink, getting to the game, no country music. Like, we're getting ready to rock here, boys. Like, there's only one time I took the auxiliary cord. I was coming from Nashville to Colorado. I signed a 1-year deal, and I got there, and the first day I let it slide, Lindy, and it was all country, and the second day I finally said, give it to me, and I put on some like alternative rock, My Morning Jacket, some Pearl Jam.
Hey, one of my favorite bands.
My Morning Jacket.
Yeah, I saw him at Metropolis. I told you I've been to Montreal.
Yeah,
back in 2011, I saw him there. I saw him at I think it was Ottawa Blues Fest that same year.
My favorite band live, My Morning Jacket. It's unbelievable.
They're a fantastic band, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be out in California. I'm actually going to Red Rocks in Denver, which is a great, if you're ever looking for a trip out of Moose Jaw, great place to see a show just outside Denver. And then they're going to be in LA at the Palladium, so I'm going to catch a couple shows. Yeah.
Nice.
I love the best band. If you don't listen to them, just still go see them live.
Go live.
They're
go live.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. All right, Shane. You played for the Portland Pirates.
Sure did.
So we want to do a pirate-themed game here.
All right.
But speaking of Portland, did you ever have any Maine lobster? I've always wanted to try lobster, but I don't trust it in a landlocked province like Saskatchewan.
Yeah, no, I don't think you want to. I don't think you want to try it here.
I don't want pond. I don't want lake lobster. You
no,
know?
Listen, Portland, Maine, gritty fisherman town as you would imagine, Lindy. But yeah, like not so much during the winter time. I mean, it's still down there if you want it, but into the spring and into playoffs when the weather was starting to get nice, and we had a good team there. We went to conference finals again. And I spent a little time there after the season. Yeah, you go right down. I lived kind of close to downtown. You go right down to the dock, fucking grab it right there, Lindy. Bring her home, fire in the thing, and it's tasty. It's tasty.
I'm jealous.
But the thing you would like more, Lindy, is if Nantucket, which is kind of a hoity-toity place off the side of Massachusetts, this place Crew has a lobster roll. That is. Most lobster rolls are just cold. This one, they heat up the lobster. Heat up the bun with some butter. Oh. So if you ever make it to Nantucket over your ventures, get one of those in you.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
All right, Lindy, can we get to the point here and land the plane? Obi's got to hit the links.
It's my fucking show.
I got to get the hot springs first.
All right. So we're going to play a game here, Shane. It's called Hit the Deck. And it's sort of a Pirates versus hockey players. So in honor of you playing for the Portland Pirates, we thought it was apropos. So
apropos, nice word.
Yeah, so we got some prizes. If you get one correct, where the fuck is it? There we go. We got a lot under this desk.
Yeah, what else you got under there?
A bag of pirate booty, which you can take with you golfing.
All right, white cheddar, I like that.
Yeah, it's good. We might actually have 2 bags. These are pretty small.
Yeah, those are pretty small.
That's
right, I'm cutting back.
We might be able to throw in a second one
All right.
these are small.
There's lunch.
All right. Prize 2. Oh God, I should.
What else you got under there, Lindy?
Oh, we got a lot. We got a lot going on in here. Fuck.
Good flexibility, bud.
You
do yoga? You yoga guy?
I need to. You get a roadmap of Saskatchewan.
Okay, everyone needs one of those.
Yeah, a lot of prairie, a lot of highway. And I tie it in because the whole province of Sask is a treasure. Okay,
I would agree.
And you'll find that treasure with this map.
I would agree.
All right, so let me put that in an accessible place. So prize 3, if you get 3 correct, where the fuck is this thing? All right.
I got some chips for my road trip so far. Okay.
I got you some pirate buckled shoes.
Wow, look at those.
It looks like they might fit.
That looks like my size,
12
bud.
or 13?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are pretty sweet.
Those would look good on a Friday night at Newport
sure they're
Beach.
Steve Madden.
Okay.
Don't look at the label. These are misprint. But yeah, those are pretty good buckle shoes, if I say so myself.
Got to break those babies in like a new pair of skates.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to go golfing in
those.
No, those. And then the grand prize, you get to take home Dorothy's triple smoked rum.
Holy moly.
Yep. And it's good. It's homemade. So you know it's good.
That'll make my time in Moose Jaw a little bit better there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to get drunk to have a good time in Moose Jaw, but it certainly helps.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so will we get the visual aids for Shane so he can see? You're going to look at, that's our cameraman Norm, so you're going to look right at those questions. So question 1, what brings bad luck to both a hockey player and a pirate? Is it A, changing your socks, B, saying the wrong thing before setting out, C, red skies, or D, red beards?
I mean, the first thing what is that old saying? Red skies at night, sailor delight. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning.
But keep in mind, it has to be bad luck for both a hockey guy and a pirate. So I just led the witness a little there.
Yeah.
So it's C.
It's not C, I know. I'm gonna go with A, changing your socks.
That is incorrect.
Shit.
Saying the wrong thing before setting out, like jinxing the goalie, or we're gonna
talking about a winning streak you're on or something.
Exactly,
or we haven't lost these guys. We haven't lost these guys.
Yeah. The goalie, pitching a shutout. That kind of thing. Yeah. It was a little vague of a question, so I apologize.
No, that's okay.
We can call that one a push.
It's funny you used to say that because I used to think about if I would go 2 or 3 games without a penalty, I'd be like, wow, I've gone 2 or 3 games without a penalty.
And then you get one.
First shift.
Yeah.
First shift, I got one.
All right, so you got one incorrect, but that's okay.
It
was a poorly worded
So the
answer.
bag of chips are out of the question. Shit.
Well, no.
No, if I got one right, okay, there's no order.
You can still.
So the shoes are out of. Okay, that's right.
No, Dorothy's rum's out. You can still get the
rum's
shoes
out.
Yeah.
God, I was really looking forward to Dorothy's rum.
All right, so what the?
You might have to send me some, Lindy.
Here we go. So question 2: which is a shared trait between pirates and hockey players? A, rats are a bad omen. B, don't eat pickled vegetables before noon. C, improperly lacing skates or boots. Or D, not wearing undies.
Wow.
Shared shared trait between both a pirate and a hockey player?
Once again, I'm just going to say, not wearing undies, no, I don't think that would. Probably putting your laces in your skates or boots. But the one that jumped out to me, I'm going to go with my gut here, as rats are a bad omen.
So the correct answer is not wearing undies, but some guys wear undies. So I think that's not a good answer. Let's give him half a point. Should we give him
I'll take half a point.
Because rats,
Rats are bad.
Rats are bad, but
Unless
look
they're
at the Panthers.
Unless they're on your team, yeah. Unless they're on your team.
All right, we'll give you half a point on that.
But rats are bad, like to play against. Like if there's rats on the other team, like Marchand, he gets under your skin. Like
that's a bad omen. All right, we're gonna give him a correct answer on that. That was a bad
No
question.
undies was the correct answer?
Yeah, but a
lot of guys wear just the jock with no gitchy underneath them.
Yeah, so that's what I considered no undies.
Bad for your rash, man.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You don't do that, do you, Lindy?
I wear a gitch. Yeah. All right, so question 3.
I've never been good at tests or games, so this is right up. This is okay. Don't feel bad.
Hey,
I've been stumped a lot.
These are poorly worded
I've been
answers.
stumped throughout my career.
Steve wrote these questions. So
maybe highlight the right answer.
Blame him. All right, so question 3. What superstition is shared between a pirate and a hockey player? A, wearing clothes inside out for luck. B, avoiding the number 99. C, piercings being good luck. And D, avoiding shaving.
To me, it's got to be D, avoiding shaving, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, I'm on the
That is
board.
correct.
I'm on the board.
He's got 2. Well, do you want me to give you the... No,
I'll take the 1.5.
1.5.
I got half of that bottle of rum.
You might get one shoe.
Some nights I've left the bar with one shoe, Lindy. That's all right.
Hey, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got question number 4. Norm, why don't you bring it down so Shane doesn't have to pick his... There you go. Thanks, Norm. All right, so question number 4. This one's my favorite one. I wrote this one. Steve wrote the other ones. So which 3 are real hockey players and not pirates? A, Edward Blackbeard Teach. B, Gilles Captain Crunch Marat. C, Calico Jack Rackham. D, William Captain Kidd. E, Leapin' Louis Fontinato. Or F, Ferdinand Fernie Flamin. So we just need 3 of them. 3 of them are hockey players.
I'm going to say F, Fernie Flamin. That's got to be a hockey player.
That's one correct.
I'm going to say, no. Leapin' Louis Fontinato? No?
Do you want me to say yes or no?
I want you to be honest with me, Lindy. Be honest.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. You got 2. So there's one left. That's a hockey player.
Okay, hold on. I was gonna go with. I want to, for whatever reason, something's leaning me towards Blackbeard. Or C. I'm gonna go C.
It's Gilles
Captain
Captain Crunch Marat.
See, you
I
got
believe
me
he
with
played
the,
for the Blues back in the 70s, I believe.
Wow.
I believe. Yeah, I should know that.
You got me with the captain. I just assumed pirate. I don't know.
It was a little bit of a mislead, yeah.
That's okay.
But I'm not much of a Pirates of the Caribbean fan, but Blackbeard, I think, is one of the main characters in that. Anyway, wait a minute. You can still get a shoe. I think you can only get one shoe, though.
All right.
Well, I think you'd also get the Pirates booty and the Sask map. So question number 5.
I want that Sask map.
Yeah. Question number 5. What would a pirate avoid but a hockey player might eat before battle? Was it A, salted meats, B, lemons, C, bananas, or D, garlic? Good for hockey players, bad for pirates.
I got to go with C, bananas. All the boys are eating bananas, right? I mean, Michael Samuelson used to crush bananas in between periods.
I think Shane's leaving with one shoe, a bag of Pirates booty, and the map of Sask.
I'm really excited about that map.
You know what? You've been a nice guy.
I'm going
to give you 2 shoes.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, I'm going to give you 2 shoes.
We call you a team guy, Lindy.
Yeah.
You're a team guy.
All right. Well, it was a fun game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
We had fun here. I don't know if Lester did, but I don't give a shit.
Does Lester ever have fun or what? You're stone face over here.
He's always on Instagram. He doesn't.
Oh, yes.
He's just like.
I just don't think any of this is going to play for the kids. I don't think anybody gives a shit.
Our show isn't for kids. Our show's for.
I meant the demo that we're looking for.
I don't give a shit about the demo. Okay. All right.
Somebody has to. Lindy.
All right. All right, Shane. Stanley Cup viewership was down 40% in the U.S.
I saw that.
What's all that about? Especially after the success of the Four Nations, it feels like everyone was watching hockey. You know, I don't know. Can you speak to that? Do you have any theories?
No, it's a great, and you're right. Like you said, I live down in Newport Beach, California. I've been in the States a long time now. and the Four Nations. I mean, I had people coming up to me that had never watched hockey before, loving it, and obviously it was unbelievable. I was there for Canada USA at the Bell Center. It was electric. It was unbelievable. I don't have the answer for you. I mean, maybe because it was a Canadian team again in there, and
Florida not being a big market.
the same rematches last year. I do think losing Colorado in the first round hurt. I do think losing Vegas in the second round hurt. And then not having, no Rangers this year. No Boston Bruins. Obviously the Flyers are still rebuilding. Like, I think that would help, but I was shocked when I did see it.
It was disappointing.
It was disappointing. And listen, I still don't think the playoffs are way more physical than the regular season for sure. And these boys play hard, but I still think the physicality could ramp up a bit more. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I do think having a Canadian team in the final again didn't help.
Yeah, it's just too bad. And look, the Panthers are a fun team to watch. They're animals out there. Do you think they can three-peat?
Lindy, I didn't think they could go back-to-back. I mean, after, the reason I didn't think they go back-to-back is because they went to the finals the year before, right? And it's such a short summer, and the turnaround is so quick, and next thing you know, you're back at training camp. And listen, they hung tough throughout the regular season. You got to give Paul Maurice, the coaching staff, and then once playoffs started, they all came back, right? Like, I didn't think Chucky was going to play. Like, I knew that he was in rough shape after the Four Nations, and Bennett was hurt down the stretch. I think Ekblad was out, and then all of a sudden, game one starts, and they got everyone, and their third line is, Lucerina, Lundell, and Marshy. Like,
that was one of the best lines all playoffs.
Like, this team's the best team left. I do think living in Florida, I was lucky enough to play in Florida and California. It helps going to the rink in flip-flops and the culture they have built. I'll never bet against them again. I mean, you can't win every year, but to answer your question, I do think they could three-peat.
Zito's a good GM.
Bill Zito had a great. Are you a Pat McAfee fan? Do you get McAfee on Moose Jaw?
Occasionally, I see him on the YouTube.
Yeah. So McAfee had Bill Zito on, and they were talking about the free agents, and Bill's like, well, if it's not a really hard sell, you want to come down and drive a golf cart to practice and get a mansion on the Solo and wear your flip flops and play with Barkov and Kachuk. He's like, I'm sure I convinced a couple guys to come down here. I'm like, that a boy, Bill.
No taxes either.
No taxes.
Yeah.
Which is a touchy subject right now with Gary.
Sure.
And, Gary never wants to admit that.
It's obviously an advantage.
It plays a huge part in it. It is what it is. I'm not saying there's anything Gary can do about it.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to start taxing them so they're the same as, Ontario or stuff like that or New York, but it's definitely an advantage. It is what it is.
I was just wondering if you could sign a rookie card
sure.
of yours.
It's been a long time since I signed an autograph. Let's see if I can still remember how to do it. Where you go? You got my rookie card in there?
Do we have a marker for Shane? We can do it off camera, but
No,
there's your
that's
rookie
right.
card, man.
Wow,
I've had it in a shoebox for a few years now.
Wow. The rookie defender led all Ducks skaters with 47 penalty minutes in October.
October.
That's a nice stat. That's a nice stat.
1 month.
Brien recorded both his first goal and a multi-point effort.
There you go.
Pretty good October.
Yeah.
Lindy, pretty good October.
Yeah, fuck off, Lester.
Yeah, so this has got to be worth at
I was
least.
just checking the weight there.
This has got to be the weight back then. My playing weight or how much the card was?
The playing weight.
The playing weight was a lot lighter. 6'2", 228.
228.
Shane, here's a
Usually playing
marker.
around 235, and then by the end of the season, 240. Long season.
That's all right.
Red wine.
Yeah, that's all right.
Dinner's on the road.
Well, anyway, I want to thank you for coming on our show, Shane. I
My
appreciate
pleasure.
You making the trek all the way out here.
Big fan.
To the Jaw. Hey, likewise.
I didn't know Lester was going to be here, but nothing could be perfect. So
Hey, I didn't know it till
That's
just
okay.
yesterday, so
Yeah.
it caught us both by surprise.
I don't want to be here. I just
Thank
have
you
to
very
be
much.
yeah, we'd love
look at
we'd love to have you on. I know you're a busy guy. Look at that chicken
Look at
scratch.
I'd love
You know
to
what
come.
I used to practice my instead of paying attention in school, Lindy, I used to work on my signature. You think it would have been better than that?
Shane, I got to let you know a little secret. I used to do the same. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I never made it out of the Prairie League.
That's okay.
But I am an illustrious.
It wasn't for a lack of
broadcaster.
heart, buddy. It wasn't for a lack of heart.
Thank you very much.
Maybe talent, but not heart. Love to have you on Missin Curfew. I know you're busy. Maybe we could even get you on a bird. Repay the favor. Maybe we can get you down to Newport Beach and see if we can get you. In those cold months up in Moose Jaw. Maybe we could figure something out.
I'd love that. I got a taste of sunny California at the draft. Again, I was not authorized to be there.
Yeah.
But I could make another trip down.
Yeah, maybe I see if I got my equipment somewhere. Maybe we could work on some drills too after of you coming out of the corner trying to get to the net.
Don't
that's
threaten
all
me
I.
with a good
That's
time.
all I really want to do.
Don't threaten me with a good
I don't
time
want to do
there.
foot speed or anything. I want to see
Yeah,
you if you can get to the net.
I with my hips, I had 2 labral surgeries, so yeah, I'm lacking foot speed these days as well. So
No, yeah, I watch you. You're getting around there pretty good.
Yeah.
You keep your shift short. When you get to
Oh,
the
yeah.
bench, you're exhausted. So I'm
Oh.
assuming you leave it all out there.
yeah, it's a rough experience getting off the bench, and I've got asthma too, so that's double. Yeah,
Gotta
and
be
I
careful out there.
drink some alcohol. I've been known to imbibe.
Yeah.
So next time you're in the Jaw, I don't know how long you're in town here, but I'd love you to come maybe sub in for the Duck Lake Fighting Sturgeon.
Is that your squad?
Yeah, it was my junior team name, and we used to be the Phantoms, but the Lehigh Valley Phantoms sent us a cease and desist. So
that dirty trick.
Yeah, it was. I don't know who the hell's watching our beer league games, but evidently they caught wind. But anyway,
Yeah. Listen,
would you like to come?
You know what? I would. You want me to play or coach or just be? What would you prefer? I mean, my game is. Listen, I play.
You saw Schmaltzy out there with us.
I did see Schmaltzy out there. I would have told him to sit back a little bit. He was getting a little aggressive up ice.
I had to play D with him, and
I
he was
know.
rushing the. I'm not
Does
even a defenseman.
Does he know he's a defenseman?
Evidently not.
Yeah, I was like,
I certainly didn't.
I could see what those coaches were saying him back in the day.
Good guy though. Good guy. Him
Love
and
him,
Rob
love him.
were
We
great
would have
guys.
been a good D pair, me and Schmaltzy. But he wouldn't have been going all. He would have had to play a little bit of defense.
Yeah.
Listen, I would love to definitely hang out in the room with the boys. Maybe I put the gear on, TBD on that, just because I don't get out there much. Lindy.
Sure, it's a chill league. Very no bullshit shenanigans. So.
No, there's no. I'm not going to get someone sticking me or slashing me.
No.
Although you know what, I could maybe use one last. Maybe I will if someone gives me a stick.
Yeah,
is that frowned upon if you just come up and try to?
Lindy plays a heavy slash game.
Yeah, listen. If I was out there, I'd like to protect you because I have noticed, from the stuff I've seen, you're on the fine line of playing over the edge. I like that.
You got to play with a little jam. You just got to know where the line is.
Yeah, It's the hardest thing to just get to that line, not cross it. I struggle with that at times. I would cross the line, and next thing you know.
I mean, I normally lead the league in PIMS every
boy.
year, so yeah. Well, I'm fogging up here. It's quite warm in the Jaw today, and I think that's about our cue there to wrap it up. I want to thank Shane O'Brien for coming on live from Moose Jaw. Sorry you had to sit next to Lester, but he cooled off.
I thought about giving him an elbow.
Yeah, he cooled off.
Yeah.
So I took it, no problem.
Anyway, I'm Lindy McLeod, and hopefully we'll see you back on the prairie next week.